We still have our city battle map where we showed off. Check this out. Where we had Hulk and the Iron Man Hulkbuster. I don't know what you're doing. Maybe you don't work well with these mods, but if you guys want to see that, where they do a little bit of this, but they also do a lot of combat, see the previous video. But I want to see just how good the Werewolf and Dracula are. This is under the Spooky Submission mod. So Dracula, I would imagine you could probably deal quite well with the number of halflings. And halflings are usually our test subjects. It's like, you know how there's crash test dummies in a lot of physics-based games? Well, in Tabs, we use the poor halflings. Okay, hold on. We need to rewind that, because that happened so quickly, I didn't even know what actually happened. So Dracula looks like he's holding 2 daggers with like emanating spirits from them. These are pretty decent models. And he looks even creepier than the regular vampires. So, okay, he can teleport. And did he do anything to them? Oh my god, they're all flying up. Or did they jump? I think they all jumped at him. Oh my goodness. Okay. Whoa. It changed color. So Dracula just summons up like blades from the depths, whether these be bones of his victims or rock fragments. I mean, is he an earthbender? I'm not entirely sure, but he can destroy an incredible amount. But let's see if we upgrade the attacking force. Instead of hobbits, regular-sized people. Oh, he became an arrow. I didn't get to see that from the angle we were on in the last one. Okay. That was in slow motion, by the way. So he kind of creates almost like a little bit of a black hole. Whoa! And then that black hole, and he summons bats. It like summons something from like another dimension. And now we've got these like albino red-eyed bats. Are they albino? Yeah, they kind of look like albino bats to attack. So now it's distracting all of the archers. It's like he's the scarecrow unit being able to summon the crows, but instead of crows, they're bats. I honestly thought he was not going to do very well against the archers. All right, well, we need some champions here. We're going to add 3 knight champions to see if Dracula here can defeat the army of the living brought out by, I guess, the local liege lord, the king in this area. I'm not entirely sure what's going on there. Oh, that's him sucking the blood of that champion. I almost said the chieftain, but this is not the tribal faction. How is he doing this? I guess when you've lived thousands of years, maybe even tens of thousands of years, you develop some powers that are most unnatural. And he can deflect projectiles. How many projectiles can he deflect? What if... Oh, well, not all of them, because that one hit his heart, but I guess it wasn't tipped with silver. So what if Dracula went to a different era? I mean, if you survive many years, you're gonna have to fight many different opponents who become aware of your most unnatural abilities. And what if you made it all the way to the Renaissance? You were just that good and survived that long. We're gonna have some musketeers, some fencers, and some halberdiers. Now, that is a lot of musketeers. But I think already he dodged or deflected a number of those incoming musket balls. Oh! It looks that the halberdiers were able to do a significant amount of damage there. They all kind of swipe down at the same time, and I think they're one of those units that's kind of similar to the tribal guy with the twin stone axes. They just deal a lot of damage. Remember all those little hobbits? Well, now they're part of the army of darkness. They're so cute and adorable until they get close, and then they're called chompers because guess what? They're gonna be biting you, dude. Ah! The little people are here. Oh my god. Okay, and that is allowing Dracula to survive a little bit longer than normal. Incoming musket balls. I think he took a few. But you better watch out, Dracula. Your army of the little chompy chomps has been defeated. If you don't win this battle, you're gonna have to go back in time. Because, you know, 1 step forward, 2 steps back. Ooh. Oh yeah, he's definitely getting shot. And maybe... just maybe they were using silver bullets. So Dracula and his undead hobbit minions, oh my god, they've got really creepy, it almost looks like that's like a mouth that's open, are gonna have to fight the very honorable Dynasty faction, which is composed of samurai, warrior monks, and even ninjas, all unified in a common purpose. Now, Dracula doesn't seem to be too affected. He's slightly affected, by the firework arrows kind of acting as like, you know, jetpacks. They remind me a lot of those stick fight weapons. The little, like, it creates a little jetpack. But when a short minion gets hit, he turns into an astronaut. Goodbye! Oh my gosh, I love this game. Like, why aren't there more physics-based games out there? See, look at that. Well, now the vampire is successful. The dynasty faction is kaput. But now it gets me thinking, just how strong is a werewolf? Now, the werewolf is huge. Like, look at his size. He stands, I would guess that's close to 10 feet tall. Wait a minute. He's much taller than 10 feet. He might be 12, 13 feet tall. And I think that's at least 78 meters. Whoa, what's up with your legs? Oh, are these protecting his, like, Achilles heel? Do werewolves have Achilles heels? Well, you poor halflings, you guys are the test subjects after all, so let's see. Okay, it kind of acts like the Minotaur jumping ahead. Oh, and he causes fear in the enemies. But for some reason, a lot of times big units in tabs, like we witnessed with the Hulkbuster Iron Man, they act a little bit funny, and they're not the best. Whoa! He's trying to survive. Oh, there's no water here, so he can't die. He lives to fight another day. Can he climb, though? That would be impressive. If there was ever an AI update to tabs that allowed units to climb up or have a better survivability. But, I mean, the blue team was victorious. So, those hobbits just defeated a werewolf. By technicality, it wasn't a knockout. It was like a TKO. But still, a win is a win is a win. And the little halfling people, well, they're going back to the Shire because they want to enjoy second breakfast and elevensies. Because werewolves don't know about that. He's just absolutely massive. So when he does stay in battle, he's pretty sizable threat. So now Dracula and the werewolf, who looks very strange when he's in the light, are gonna have to face the only faction, at least so far, that has been able to deal damage and defeat the immortals. Well, other than those halflings who tricked the werewolf into jumping off of a cliff. But I think with the fear effect, the werewolf is able to keep a lot of the enemy units from focusing down Dracula, who I honestly believe is in fact the better. It seems that the Lycans aren't nearly as good as the vampires. And Lycans, I believe, is the fancy name for werewolves. But look at this poor guy. Dude, those blades would have absolutely shred him. It makes you wonder if you could have a battle simulator game where, like, arms and legs could fly off. It'd be very good for Jedis versus droids, wouldn't it? So these two together are incredible, but that's all it is for the Happy Halloween. It'd be kind of funny to see, like, some mummies, maybe as tier 1s, or zombies, or Frankenstein. What other monsters would you like to see in the Halloween mod? The Spooky Submission was made by Emergency Food, but now it's the Wraith Knights. I want to see... They have this unit in here, Lord Reckon, Monte Dominus, but the Blood Crusader is my favorite looking one. So the Blood Crusader, when you get close, he changes his colors. He, like, inverts his helmet. There's the dark red and the glowing red, and it, like, switches. Hold on, let's see if we can't see that again. Okay, so see how his helmet is bright red? But as we get close, watch. Ha! He's changing his identity. I don't know why that is. Mods be modding, you know what I mean? But, oh, okay, so you have a pushback effect with fear, and you have a giant lightsaber that apparently has fire damage? Or are you farting out fires? I think he might be farting out fires. I'm not seeing any fire effects now. Oh, there it is. He pooped that one out. Okay, so this is the Blood Crusader, and oh my gosh. You poor little hobbit. Don't give in to fear. Fear is the mind killer. What movie is that from? Or rather, what upcoming movie is that from? Well, it's originally from a book, but you get my meaning if you've seen the trailer. It's amazing, and I would love to see the Dune Worm. Yep, in tabs. So that, my friends, was the Blood Crusader, but he's not even the most expensive. But here's this. Oh, this guy looks like a champion. He's got twin blades. And he's got a headbutt that has the concussive blast of an explosive cannonball. He's not the best at staying on his feet. but he's pretty good at cleaving these poor little hobbits, and every time he hits them, he knocks them out of the park. Dude, this guy should be playing in the World Series. It's always funny, don't you think, like when Tabs people start sword fighting, they're like, this is what you call a next level technique, even though it looks like he's stabbing himself. Yeah, he doesn't look like he's enjoying that at all, does he? So that guy's pretty impressive, but what is... It's time to check out Monte Dominus. What? I thought you were gonna have some glowing stuff. You just look like you have stones on your hands, okay? You throwing the rock and missing? Monte Dominus! It's bowling for hobbits. Okay, there you go, Steerike! That was impressive. When he does hit, the rocks explode, or they just have like, it's almost like the giant effect. It seems like when these hobbits touch him, they take fear, and they take flight, and they just run out of the map? Okay, Monte Dominus, that's some interesting abilities. But you're not even the best out of the Wraith faction? So this is Lord Reckon, and he also is switching his colors and deciding to hold his sword in a very Tabs way. There's like all the different arts of holding swords and fighting with them, and then there's the totally accurate way, which usually consists of holding it behind your back, through your legs, somewhere, you know, in between your arm and your chest. It's just all over the place, but it is at least the totally accurate best way. Lord Reckon, what are you doing? What are you doing down there, buddy? Big entities and Tabs are awkward, aren't they? They just can't stay up. Oh no! This is David versus Goliath. We're just gonna go ahead and give this one to the Hobbit. He defeated Lord Reckon himself. But hold on a second. These guys aren't the original Spooky faction. This is Spooky Submission and the Wraith Knights. This is the original Spooky faction, and they've got something to say about the new kids on the block. They don't like them, and they're out here to prove that they are, in fact, the mightiest faction, but all I'm seeing is exploding bones everywhere. Oh my god. The little hobbits just absolutely decimated. Oh, Werewolf, what is you doing? You've got swords all over. He's changing colors. Weird stuff is happening, but I fear that the Spooky faction is going to need a bigger army to beat them, because the Werewolf just destroyed the last Swordmaster while he was flying off of the map. We could add a few more vampires to try to distract them up front, and then I'm thinking a few more Swordmasters, and that is a relatively even force if it is in fact balanced properly. The problem with Dracula is he jumps in there and disrupts their formation, and he causes some friendly fire casualties as a result of the pumpkin catapults. A brilliant move. It's almost like you get wiser the older you live, right? And well, Dracula has lived quite a bit, and this is a werewolf with like 1,000 swords in him. Oh my gosh. There goes 2 Swordmasters just flung into the abyss. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Poor Dracula here. Poor werewolf. I'm taking that. That's a funny picture. So who's left alive? It looks like the Wraith Knight, the Blood Crusader. He's blocking some of the swords, but not able to block all of them. He only seems to block... Whoa, there goes the werewolf off the top ropes. It's the last Swordmaster. How are you still alive, werewolf? Just... Oh, well, you're gone. Okay. Just... kill him, Blood Crusader. Oh, wow. He pushed him into the abyss. And that should be game. New Spooky meets and beats old Spooky. Anyway, guys, an early happy Halloween to you in the spooky month of October. I want to thank you once again for watching this episode of Totally Accurate Battle Simulator. Let me know if you want to see more tabs. Pull the trigger on the like button if you did enjoy the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.